Hello, BookTube. This is Sunday Reads Live. So if you're watching this, you're watching a time warp. Uh, we couldn't do it on Sunday, so we're doing it today, Tuesday. And Aaron's here. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Erin.
Oh, let me change the format. Oh, I just got a message saying that I'm live on my own channel, which is always useful.
Oh, sorry, baby. Sorry, Kiki.
I turned my thingy off because I don't like getting the beepers. Hopefully that'll do it. So yeah, Andrew's here as well. Yeah, and I can't remember when we were last on here. Well, I sort of remember when we last did it, but I can't. I piled up the books that I think I've read in that time,
Yeah,
so it'll have to do. But if
I
you
think
want to,
it's been. I think it's been 2 weeks, or potentially three. I'm not for sure.
yeah, I think it goes back to the end of the month, doesn't it? I think it was. I think we're at where we're actually. Well, actually, I should be able to look. I can actually figure that out. I
All I
can
know
go.
is the last thing I talked about on the live with you was The Shining, and so I just went to my list and I pulled everything since The Shining.
Okay, that was 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, because it's saying 3 weeks on my doohickey here. So that was still within the last month.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I'm probably missing something that I read, but I'm not sure. Uh, Jenny's here
Hi, Jenny.
and Scotty's here.
Hello, Scott. No, J. Scott Phillips. Yeah, Scotty. Okay,
Scotty.
sorry, I was getting my. There's so many booktubers named Scott.
Maybe that's why it's Scotty.
Yeah.
Because I won't say he's a I won't say the word. I won't say the two words before I say Babylon 5. Now I can say Star Trek. Um, yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. Time does fly.
Mhm.
Well, last few days hasn't. Well, they have for me because I just so tired. I um what was I saying? I was just saying, yeah, so I don't know. Well, anyway, well, let's start with your is that a pile where my finger disappears
Well,
into the thing?
well, okay. So these books on the top are the books. Plus, I have some Kindle books, but all the books underneath are from some other different project I'm working on. So,
Wouldn't
yeah.
it be
So
freaky if your finger just continued on there, right, to show?
what?
Well, you see where look at the screen and see my finger is. If it continued into your screen, it would be pointing over top of the pile of books.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it would. Yeah,
Eh,
yeah. Just these ones here on the top are the ones that I've read, plus some Kindle books.
a blob watch. Oh, that's why is there some storm coming?
What's a blob watch?
Well, Steve's what do you call it when somebody's just obsessed with looking at the weather every 10 seconds and he looks at the satellite weather of clouds and storm fronts coming in.
Oh,
What
obsessive
is it?
compulsive disorder? I don't know.
Old person.
Old person. That's
Yeah.
funny.
This guy says, yeah, wrong channel. So yeah, I don't know if you wanted to start. Well, yeah, you should start with a few things anyway, and or go
Okay,
through them.
well,
If you have too many.
I'll start with what I read on Kindle then. Okay, so I read a few novellas. I read this one here, this one here, maybe. Is it opening? Uh, I don't know why I can't ever open these books properly. This one, Ghosts of the Titanic by K.T. Toomey.
Oh,
Uh,
that's
this,
the author's name. I was thinking,
yeah,
Casey Toombs. It could be the title of a book.
yeah. No, that's the author. The stories Ghosts of the Titanic, which is all about this. This author actually writes a bunch of novellas, like 150 pages or so. Writes a bunch of these little adventure stories, which I really really enjoy. But this is about this group of treasure hunters who go down to the Titanic to recover some treasure and find some ghosts that are haunting the ship, and what happens with that. That was a lot of fun.
Did
And
you
then I,
see this?
how does a devout Trekkie struggle with tech? I don't know. It's because I'm getting old. I mean, something happens when you hit 50 years old. You just can't. You can't do technology anymore. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Oh man, I did it again. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but okay. And then the Swashbucklers, which is all about these two guys who team up to go after some buried pirate treasure, and that was also fun. It was kind of Indiana Jones feeling where they go through this old stone temple and find booby traps. Stage House Brandy works for me. Yeah. Good policy. Okay. Okay. And then, gosh, okay. Hey, I did this one correctly. Third time's the charm, right? So then I read Neanderthal Rising, which was all about this group of people who are looking for, I don't even remember what they're looking for now. They were trying to solve some kind of a mystery. They have like a mystery YouTube channel, and some rich guy wants something in this area where these mysterious, like fairy type people have been spotted. But really, what they are is they are a group of Neanderthals that live underground and occasionally surface and get seen. But and they are murderous. So this was also a lot of fun. It gave me Journey to the Center of the Earth vibes.
That's very true, Scotty. It's best to find booby traps rather than not finding them.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. Yes.
But then I suppose if you
100%.
trip a booby trap, you have found it, but
Yep.
too late.
Also,
But too late.
also true. And then this was a buddy read with my friend Belle. It's Demonic by Jeff Strand. This is about, let me think here. Okay, so yeah, this is about this guy who befriends a female coworker who's married, and her husband is really abusive. And he gets this idea in his head that he's going to free her from the abusive husband by murdering the husband. But when he goes to murder the husband, it turns out that the husband is some kind of a demon. And so the demon then pursues the two of them, and it's really, really gory and bloody, but it's not written in like any kind of a horrifying way. So the gore just comes off as being hilarious. so so that was a fun book.
Now, are those covers specifically done for Kindle, and meaning that they're not in color or anything like that? Because every time I see a cover on a Kindle, they all have a certain look to them, and I don't know if it's because of the pixels that's in the screen or what.
I have no idea. I have no idea. But you're not talking about being black and white though, right?
No, not
Okay.
particularly. No, but I suppose if it is done for Kindle, then you wouldn't do it in color anyway. So you would do it in black and white.
Well, they
Uh,
have Kindle Fires. You can the Kindle tablets, the Kindle Fires are in
those
color.
would be in color. Okay.
Yeah, it's in color if you look at it on a computer or on a Kindle Fire, or
Okay.
anything that's not a reader. Mine's just a reader. I don't like the Kindle Fires. The batteries die on them too fast. And plus they just read better on the readers.
I have an 8-inch.
You have a what? Oh, an 8-inch Kindle?
Yes.
I The joke is going
Kindle
over my
Fire. Kindle Fire.
Oh, you have a Kindle 8-inch Kindle Fire? Are you
Yeah.
using that right now?
No. I haven't even turned it on. I bought it like 3 years ago, and I think Prime Day when it was super super cheap. It was only like 15 pounds or something like that. Because I was
Wow.
gonna buy the 7-inch one, I think, but then that was more expensive, and then I canceled that, and then bought the 8-inch one.
Oh,
But I haven't used it yet because I used to have a 9-inch one. I had a 9-inch, and
oh
I
my
would
God,
use.
I'm just now picking up on what you're doing.
But I used it for watching stuff because it was a nice screen. I used it for watching
Oh,
Prime and stuff like that because I could set it up where I was sitting and it was just perfect. And
oh,
then what
nice.
happened was the entry point, the hole where the power went in, stopped working. So I
If
can't I
I
can't
was you,
charge it.
I would give you a good hearty slap right now if we were in the same room, sir.
No, it's true. I can't charge it. I can't charge it.
Yeah.
So I need a soldering iron and some tools um to open it up and fix the thingy.
Can you actually fix it?
I should be able to. I watched a YouTube thing because I called up a place and asked them like where I was in Bedford if they could change. Oh yeah, they could do it. Well, how much will that be? 200 and some pounds. And I'm going, excuse me? I
Wow.
can buy a new one for almost nothing.
Right. That's crazy.
Scotty said the Kindle app works pretty well on a tablet too. Then you see the color. Okay, yeah. Well, I do have it on here because I use this as reading stuff, and I do have a Kindle because I have purchased a couple Kindle books, and I only use them. Well, there's a couple that I plan on reading, but I got them free because I had some I had what do they call it vouchers, but I bought a couple for like a pound or two in order to do searches because I've got the print copies, but there's no bloody index in them.
Oh.
Um, Jenny's saying, remember that men and women don't measure 9 inches the same way.
Jenny.
Well, Scotty's got a 13-inch.
Oh, God.
That's too big. Like I've seen some people hold these iPads. Like you need two hands. Like they're huge.
I
Like they're
don't
the
know that I've
size.
seen I don't know that I've seen the big Kindle Fires.
Well, the 9-inch one is even too big, I think. But the iPad ones that I've seen people have, um, it's just too big. It's like taking a normal sized laptop and just taking the screen off and using that. It's
Hmm.
too big. To me, something the size of a DVD case, 7 or 8 inches is perfect size.
Hmm. I think my Kindle reader is the perfect size.
Well, each one you can hold in one hand, and the other ones you got to use two hands. No, you're going there. I'm not saying anything. It's too big to hold in one hand. It's too heavy.
Yep. Yep.
Ask
Yep.
Jenny.
Well, speaking of, does Jenny actually have a 13-inch Kindle Fire?
She's got a paperwhite, so that's what yours is, isn't it?
Yeah, mine's paperwhite too. I mean, I have the one that doesn't have the backlighting also. But more often than not, I'm using my paperwhite.
Sky says, "Well, you have a stand for it. It's sort of it must be like Pompeii where you see those pictures with the scale.
Is the stand built into your iPad? I'm curious about that.
You could probably get a case that probably has one that
Oh,
flips out.
that's true. That's true.
I've seen that, yeah.
That's true.
I used to have I forget what they were called. It came with the telephone thing. Um, my telephone package. I forget what they were called. It was smaller. It was 7 inch, and it wasn't very useful, but it was useful enough, and it was all perfect and stuff like that until it slipped off my mattress, um, in the old place, and I stepped on it when I
Oops.
got up, and I didn't
Oops.
realize. So that was the end of that thing, and I can't remember the name of it, but they stopped making them.
Hmm.
The paperweight is. Oh, wait a minute. Jenny's saying I also have a scribe, which I need. Uh, well, yeah, I would think, yeah, graphic novels, you'd want a big screen. You'd want a big screen for that. Paperweight is ideal.
Yeah.
Just terrible, Sean. You're giving perfectly good consumer advice. Brandy is dragging the tone down. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Oh.
Sky said the cover folds back on itself and has a keyboard on the back. So,
Oh,
oh, wow.
I've seen that. Yep, I've seen that. I've seen people with that kind of a. No, that's my job, Aaron.
Or you can just remove the cover. Okay. I don't bother anymore with having cases. I did have a case for that one. I can't remember the name of it. Oh no, maybe I had a case for this. I might have had a case for this for a while, and then it just fell apart. I can't remember the name of that other one. It was a defunct one, and it was like Tesco had it part of their deal. Like you paid an extra couple pounds or something like that a month, and you got this tablet. I can't remember the name of it. It's bugging me. Can't remember the name. Anyway, let's get off. I got off on a tangent.
Okay. Um. Let's see. Okay. The next book. This was a regular book, but it wasn't like a really super long book. Or was it? I'm getting my books confused. That doesn't even matter. That doesn't even matter. So this one is called Everybody Lies in Hell by Dave, let's see, Zeltzerman, I think.
So you
This
can't
book is.
stand up in hell?
No, lie as in telling lies. Oh God, Sean. You are a smarty pants today. Well, this one was what's it say?
I have to have a case as at least one of my
Oh,
can goes
this is
absolutely.
mine, Jenny. I just slip it right here in this little thingy. And this is my case for my Kindle. What? Oh God, am I missing something?
Nothing. Nothing. Um, yeah. Well, I guess cases are good, but like this tablet that I'm using here is like now almost 5 years old, and it's still going. It's fallen down the stairs, and I even stepped on it just recently when I was moving stuff, books from one side of my bed. So I was walking on the mattress, and it slid because you sink down in the mattress, so it creates so it slid, and I didn't realize it. So I went and I stepped on it. I thought, oh well, that's gone. Still working.
Nice. Are
You
we
done?
caught up on comments?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. So Everybody Lies in Hell. I loved this book. This was so good. This was when the book opens, and we meet our main character that we're following. He wakes up and he is in hell. He has gone to hell, and in hell, I like the way that hell is being depicted here. So how much power you have in hell depends on how self-aware you are, and everybody is in their own personal hell. And if you are self-aware enough, you can go into other people's hells to visit them. But if you stay there too long, then you'll like lose yourself. But anyways, it's more detailed than that, but I'm not going to go all into it because it'll take too long. But this guy sets himself up as a private investigator in hell, and his clients are all the other people who are in hell with him. Anyways, it's really really good. I thought this was such a great book, and he could turn this into a series of books, but I don't know if he's going to. But I hope that he does because this was really really enjoyable.
like Jenny says, it was tech abuse, me standing on it. But Steve's got his an Odeon in Leeds story to tell.
Oh gosh. Oh God, Steve.
And Scotty says, "Being, I'm because I'm not reading the other one."
Oh gosh. Okay. Those are. Oh wait, I missed this one.
Um,
Being self-aware is my own personal health.
and we've summoned Steve.
We've summoned Steve. Yeah. Steve, the booktube demon.
Steve, did you see my Voxer message of the Samuel Richardson book? I need to get a mortgage in order to buy it. The Sir Grandison, I always forget the other not Clarissa, the other book, the big book he wrote. It was only 1,000 and some pounds for a ratty copy. That's all. Done.
No, huh?
Done.
Oh no, I can go through my physical books now. Unless
Okay.
you want to take a turn, and then I go back to my physical books.
I could go through them really quickly. I think I was finishing up God Emperor of Dune. Then I tried to well, I was gonna read this like the short stories for the Mars trilogy by Kim Stanley Robinson. But after the story where I guess it's Mars, Ares, I guess it's supposed to be the big man, where the one female character, because he's got such a big schlong that she can't have sex with him, so she talks him into having a transplant, a really tiny, they get a tiny schlong. And I think after that, I just said, "Nah, I'm not reading anything else."
Mm-hmm. I can't believe you made it through the trilogy. I
Well,
can't
there was
believe you
enough
made it through that
interesting
trilogy.
stuff in there. Unlike I did for the moment DNF the second volume in this.
Yeah.
Uh, um, Emotionally damaged and dysfunctional vampires are not really for me. I now know. And then after I finished that, I read Heretics of Dune,
Mm-hmm.
and there was some more weird sex stuff in here that I've forgotten about.
Mm.
And
Well,
then after that, I've been reading Vanity Fair. Scotty is too. I should be finished. I should have finished it Thursday, but I got 150 pages to go, or 140, which I should get done in the next few days.
did because Dune didn't have any weird sex stuff in it, but did other than the one you just mentioned, did the others have any weird sex stuff in it?
Well, it does. Dune does in the background, because what are the Bene Gesserit? How do they, they use sex. It's
Yeah,
it's
but
an
that's not
unstated
weird
thing.
sex stuff. That's
No,
not weird
well, I'm
sex.
not. This isn't really weird sex stuff either, I guess, but it's just ramped up. Let's just put it that it's ramped up.
Oh, I see.
Uh, and just go a few comments here. I take it, Steve. Cary Grant did that after you asked. Unlike the Errol Flynn. Why do you mean rush through everything? No endurance skills. You DNS the yes, I couldn't stand it. I just is whining all the time. And the thing is, like, once like it started out saying that he was a rock star, and I just rolled my eyes. So yeah, no.
I loved the Vampire Lestat.
And sensing a theme with Sean's reading.
Mm.
Is there? Oh, the sex. The weird sex.
Yeah.
Heretics of Dune, they honored made it known 1,000, yeah, 567 methods for sexual arousal. Yeah, but then somebody else, like they're the women that enslaved the men that way, and then a man learns this, and it destroys their whole worlds of thought and everything because he can enslave them the same way. And I won't say who it was because it gives away too much stuff. Let's just say there's a beloved character from Dune that dies over and over again. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
I'm done.
Oh, you're done. Oh, okay. Well, all right then. I'll one of the physical books I finished was Project Pope by Clifford D. Simak, which I did not like, and I won't bother to talk about since we did an entire live about that one.
Well, I guess I read that one too, and I did
Yeah,
like it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Of
'cause-
course
yeah.
you
I
did.
said I forgot stuff because this is we did that live. Yeah, I read that a few days before we did the live. So yes, so I did read that after. So that's why I said I don't remember the books that I read. So
You need to write them down.
it's too difficult.
Too difficult. Well, and then I also read the third installment for the Fred Saberhagen's Dracula series, An Old Friend of the Family, which I really enjoy this series. I like Fred Saberhagen. I am a fan of this author. Anyway, I liked this one, but it wasn't as good as the Dracula tape, and it wasn't as good as the second one, which is the Holmes versus Dracula file. But it was absolutely, I still enjoyed it quite a bit. And then I buddy read This With You, Interview with a Vampire. And I have read the Vampire Chronicles all the way up to the Prince Lestat. So I did not read Prince Lestat or the other two books that came right after it when I was 20 to 30 years old. But yeah, I wanted to reread them and see if I still like them as much as I did before. And I do still really like them so far, but not as much as I liked them when I was in my 20s. Anyways, Interview with the Vampire, still liked it. Didn't like it as much as I did when I was, 20 or however old I was when I read that. And then I read The Stepford Wives by Ira Levin. Did not like this book at all. Did not like this. It was not good. I do not understand why people make such a big deal out of this book. It is absolutely silly. It is just the silliest book. I don't know how anybody can really take this seriously. And well, probably there was some intention here. He probably did some of this on purpose. But like the women in the book are all like stereotypes of um, angry feminists, and the men are all stereotypes of um, extreme male misogynists. And it wasn't, I don't know. I didn't like this. It wasn't good. I gave this 2 stars. Don't recommend. And then I Buddy read with you until you DNF'd anyway, The Vampire Lestat by Anne Rice. Still loved this. I admit that I did like it more when I was 21. But yes, I still loved this book. I thought it was great. And then I read The Wedding Witch by Aaron Sterling. This was a buddy read with Becky Bryant. Her and I love this series of books. This is the third one. It's a fun romance story which centers around a couple families of witches, and the author's really clever and witty. And yeah, this was a really fun book. I think I liked the second book the best, and then this one is a close second though. Okay, and then I'm currently reading Queen of Damned, which is, I left it in my bedroom, but I'm almost finished with Queen of the Damned. So that's everything that I've read.
Comment like Steve saying, which he's right, yeah. But even well before Heretics of Dune, there's plenty of strange sexual stuff. Remembering how young Leto and Children of Dune, when he's basically forced in sexual maturity. Well, so is his sister as well. I guess, yeah, and then Alia, because they got all the memories. They're born before they're born. They've got the memories of generations. So they have all they're aware of sexuality, but it's like the one thing is you do notice the Dune books are young adult books.
Dune is a young adult book.
Paul Atreides is only like 14 years old, 15
I
years
don't know.
old.
That doesn't read like a. That doesn't read like
I
a.
know, but the age wise, and then Leto and his sister, which I can't pronounce her name, they're 9 years old when he
Yeah, but
becomes.
that doesn't make it a YA though.
I suppose so, but they're young adults, and then and then in well, actually, no, there is no young person um in God Emperor, but Heretics. There's another young woman who's 12, 13, or 14. That's on Dune, or actually Arrakis. Okay, sorry, I just screwed that up. Not Arrakis, it's Arrakis. And I think that's the Stepford Wives. It's referred. I love that book, Claudia's favorite little murder baby of all time. And follows it up. You mean, aren't we all angry feminists? Yeah, I've got Chapter House Dune to read in November, and then I'm going to read the last two books that were done by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson, just to see where they go with the story. So so there'll be more strange things, I'm sure. So you
I
what do
think that was kind of a theme, like back when was Dune published?
the original
Yeah.
65, 66?
So I feel like in the 60s and in the 70s, like people were kind of obsessed with like sexual things. And there was a lot of weird sexually driven content put out during those 2 decades.
Well, you should read The Lovers by Philip Jose Farmer, and what's it called? Flesh. Excuse me, Flesh. I think it is. Those are a little strange. Having horns implanted on your head.
Alrighty then.
Uh, do you have to read the Vampire Chronicles in order? I can't get all of them on Kindle.
Yeah, you should read them in order.
Don't read them at all.
They are good. You just have bad taste. I mean, your favorite science fiction author is Clifford D. Simak, and you're a Babylon 5 fan.
That's just the pinnacle of things. So, and then just to remind you, that is this month.
Oh, Out of Their Minds is this month. Okay.
So
Yes,
I'll be
thank you for the
reading
reminder.
that in a week or two, and then I'll also be reading for my Patreon group, which I don't like her as a writer, but I've only read one book, Shirley Jackson, and this is We Have Always Lived in the Castle. It's very short, so it's
Oh, We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I think that I have that book, and I read it and I absolutely hated it. It's about this poor family who like rents this broken down castle. The book is about absolutely nothing, just shows like their life for a few weeks or something like that. Is it that book?
I
Is that
think
the book?
so, possibly.
Well, if that's the book, it's terrible and horribly boring.
Steve, yes, but they did the sequel to Heretics of Dune to end the series. So those are the two that I want to try. That ends the series. The rest of them are all, I think, prequels to Dune, aren't they? Or no, some of them are, I think, mixed up in between. But I want to try those two first to see what they do with the full series. And if I enjoy those, even if I just enjoy them, then I probably will start reading the other ones. But my other thing that I'm going to start once I finish, actually, and I should have been finished it already. Once I finish Vanity Fair, is da-dum, 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 Travels in Arabia Deserta. And
Nice.
it's like it's doesn't even have the author's name on the jacket. But it's Charles M. Dowdy, I think it is, or I love the red when they put in
Mhm.
the red titles on the title page. So I've got the 2 volumes. I've never read it in completion. I've only read an abridged version. It's about 1,300 pages, but they're big. They're big books. So and it's got a introduction by Lawrence of Arabia. So I'm really looking forward to reading that.
Nice.
And that should keep me for most of the rest of the month, I think.
Mhm. Oh
What
yeah,
are,
I
what are you?
forgot on a reads, Friday or otherwise, you're supposed to talk about what you're reading next, and I forgot to bring in the book I'm going to read next, which is Yours Cruelly by Cassandra Peterson. It's her memoir.
That's not her name, though.
Cassandra Peterson is her name.
No, I thought said. Oh, okay, that is her really. Okay, yeah, because she. I thought
Elvira was her stage.
yeah,
Elvira
yeah.
was her stage.
Okay, yeah,
You're getting mixed up.
yeah. Because she used to do. Where was it? Was it in L.A.? I guess on an L.A. TV station. She did the sort
Yeah,
of a horror show that played schlocky horror films at night.
yeah, yeah. I don't know where it was out of, but yeah, that's what she did. Yeah.
Bye, Scotty.
Bye.
Did he saying bye? Yeah. So but that's all. Wow, this should keep me for the rest of the month. And I'm not sure what I'll fit in if I do have space for anything else. But I started out like I was with earlier in the month with some new medication that worked well for the first week, and then I've been going downhill since.
Yeah, that's a
I,
bummer.
I haven't read anything the last couple of days. I've been watching. Oh, Jenny, you might have seen this series called Blind Spot. There's only 2 seasons to watch now. Like it's an FBI sort of drama, and it starts out with uh, a nude tattooed woman wakes up in a sort of gym bag in Times Square in New York. They had me at nude woman already, but everything else was okay. It's bad. It's not very good acting. The stories are not that well crafted, but there is a mystery type thing that's going on. Um, it's it could be interesting. Uh, Bill's here.
Hi, Bill.
Coincidentally, Cassandra Peterson is also.
Oh, he is.
Jenny said, "Oh, you've seen the trailer for it, but never get around to watching." Yeah, into the. I don't know where or if I'm ever going to see the rest of them. I guess there was 5 seasons done of it, but it's like I don't know if they can stretch this bloody story out for that many. Um, Alex is here. Alex Day. I once bought Timothy Shamalama Ding Dong to Times Square in a gym bag.
God.
What a horrible actor.
I don't even know who he is. What did he play in that I might know?
Paul Atreides.
Oh, that's his real name. I don't think I ever knew that. What's wrong with him as an actor?
He can't. He can't. He's let's he can't.
I don't know. I thought he was fine.
He just doesn't enunciate words. You can't hear what he says. Speak up.
I heard what he said just fine when I was watching that movie.
But he just mumbles. He mumbles. Yeah, like Jenny says, wouldn't he fit in a backpack? And then the one that the actress they had playing Channy was just absolutely horrid. A lot of them were bad.
In the 80s, in that 80s film,
No,
the
uh,
David Lynch film.
no, the new one, the new one.
Oh,
Shoot,
oh,
whoever
oh,
she is, I don't know.
okay. Well, I don't know. I watched only the first in that little pairing of movies, and I didn't like it.
Is that who she is? Because I've seen videos about somebody with a single name. It's like she thinks she's Prince or something like that. Now she's going to go to a symbol for a name, I guess, eventually. But I didn't know who she was. I never connect. Is that her? I never connected her at all. He can't. Sean puts it exactly. What's wrong with him as an actor? He can't.
I
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the actor in the 80s movie. So,
Oh, he's bad too. I don't like. Can't stand him. Uh, there was well, like even in the new one, like they had what's his name as uh Emperor Shaddam the First. What the hell is his name? It's like at least Jose. Oh, what the hell is his name that played Shaddam? Anyway, he looked like he was clueless and didn't know what he was doing in the David Lynch one. And I can't even think of the name of the actor that did it in the new one. He was even more bloody clueless.
mhm.
Yes, the Sci-Fi Channel version of Dune was good. Yeah, it was good.
You're
Um,
not- you see, you've completely offended Steve by criticizing Zendaya.
she was horrible. Like it was just, I don't know. I haven't rewatched. I've read Children of Dune and everything, and I just kept meaning to go back and rewatch Children of Dune, and I haven't done that yet. I think that's what it's called, the second series on the Sci-Fi Channel. I think it was called that. See, when I get tired again, my brain just shuts down.
Mm.
But no, I'm gonna forge on. It's 10 years, I think it is, since I last read the later Dune books. So
I've
yeah,
never read anything past Dune, as you know, Sean. And now I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to
uh,
live in my happy land of Dune.
well, I like the story. I like what he does with it. There's just strange bits. I don't understand why so much of the marketing for the first Dune as Zendaya when she was barely in it. Yeah, I didn't even know that was the one because I see shorts and stuff with this woman. I didn't know who she was. I thought she was just a model, and I just sort of flip by them and I don't look at them, but you can't not notice them. That's the thing. Yeah, it was called Children, dude. Thanks, Andrew. Uh,
Hi,
good
Duncan.
evening. Yeah. Happy Sunday too. Yeah, it is Sunday. Yeah, I thought I just lost a few days. Ooh. Yeah, God Emperor was better reading it this time. Um, it was really interesting because, like, it solidifies everything. It's like a pivotal book in the series. It really is, because it takes a 9-year-old to do what Daddy couldn't do or wouldn't do. He was too scared. Wow, I just nipped into here and accidentally agreed with Steve. That never happens. How is she awesome? She can't act her way out of a wet paper bag. She's
Isn't
the
she a musical artist?
Oh, I thought she was a model. Like, I don't
I
know.
don't actually know. I'm thinking that she's a musical artist, but I'm so out of touch with these things. I don't know for sure.
She has no personality on the screen. She just, she was horrible. The Channy and even the David, I think it's the David Lynch one. She was actually good. She was actually quite good.
Yeah, that was Sean Young as Cheney in the '80s version.
Yeah, and the one in the series I think was a bit better. She was actually um she's like Czech and something else, I think. The actress was, and she didn't hasn't really done anything much at all. That was the
Ninja,
interesting thing with
Ninja says hi to Uncle Steve.
that's the interesting thing with the Sci-Fi Channel. They had an international cast. They had an international cast. Jose Ferrar, that's who did the Shaddam, Emperor Shaddam, the whatever. But I can't think of the actor's name that was in the new one. It was just laughable when he came up on screen, and after 3 seconds, I was laughing. I was laughing. That's how bad it was. Um, I should reread. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm rereading everything. Uh, Gareth says hello, Jenny's boss. But yeah, so that's all I've been doing. Like I say, I won't be able to watch the rest of the series. But hey ho,
Mm.
it's not great. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. So, but what other plans? Because I can't believe that we're getting to the end of the year already.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to hurt his feelings, Uncle Steve.
Matthew G. He's believable as a soft aristocrat, but not as a warlord. Uh, Not sure. So Steve is down with the kids. She is singer. Well, I haven't heard her sing, so I wouldn't say it. But she's not an actor, uh, and I've not seen her model. She just looks like a model, and that's the way it sort of is. And most models can't act their way out of the. Well, I don't think she can act at all. It's like she's only there for her looks. Like she's not there for talent. There might be some other things that she was doing in the background, but I won't say that. But that's what happens. Miguel Ferrar, Jose's son, was also a musician. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Uh, uh, I don't know where those comment. I don't understand. Am I missing comments that are referred to?
Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
Yeah, I sorry, I'm lost there because I don't know if I'm missing comments. What's an electric singer?
Oh, is she says MJ, is that from Spider-Man maybe? Was she in a Spider-Man movie?
Don't know. I have no idea what an electric singer is.
I maybe he
Oh, it
just
is.
is giving her a
Yeah, it
compliment.
is a reference to
Oh, okay.
Spider-Man. Okay. Mary Jane? I don't know. Well, some people thought that Marilyn Monroe could act as well, and I think it was the other, not who was the in Some Like It Hot. There's Tony Curtis and the other actor, and I saw a clip or something, and he was asked, I think it was him that was asked about her acting, and he goes, "She can't, she couldn't." Like, yeah, that's right, she couldn't act. She was there for one reason and one reason only, for her looks.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know anything about Zendaya. I didn't know the girl in that Dune movie was anything special. I just thought she was an actress cast in the part. I'd never seen her before.
no, I just thought most of them were bad actors, like throughout the whole thing. It just, they didn't make me believe who they were and what they did. Was she in Spider-Man movies? So you two literally have no idea. No,
Yeah,
I didn't know. I saw things, but why is it incredible? I don't care about somebody like that. If I see actress that I like in a film, and I think, oh, that person's really good, then I will look to see what else they've been in. But if they're bad, if I think they're bad, I'm not going to even think of it. Yes, Jack Lemmon. I think it was Jack Lemmon. That's anyway. There was somebody else that was asked about Marilyn Monroe, and they just, like, he just said, well, she can't act. She couldn't act. Pick a video, any video, watch some old ways. Don't know what that is, and tell me she has no talent. Well, she doesn't have talent as an actress. Like I said, I didn't know she was a singer, or I don't, whatever electric singer is. I don't know what that is. But yeah, and it's like I don't care. It's like I don't care about her, so I'm not even gonna look at anything because she doesn't appeal to me in any way, and I don't like the person. Why would I look up somebody, waste time of somebody who I don't care about? I don't. If people do, that's fine, and apparently she is popular then, but not with me.
well, my whole thing is I'm just really out of touch. I don't follow in with any of the, like I don't watch TV. I don't even listen to the radio anymore because instead of listening to the radio, I listen to audiobooks now. So I'm
I
just
never
really out of
said
touch.
that being beautiful or whatever. I don't think she is beautiful, but I don't see anything special about her. But it doesn't discount you as an actress. No, Jerry Ryan is a good actress. She is a good actress. That is somebody that I say is a good actress. And but a lot of times Hollywood is, they're all about the appearance. So people do become actors, and actors that has nothing to do with any talent. It has to do with how they look, and that's how Hollywood has been since the year dot. It's been
Well,
that
I
way
I
all the
don't know
time.
if I agree with you or not in that particular instance because I don't remember thinking that the girl playing Cheney was a bad actress. I
Well,
didn't like the movie, but I don't remember thinking she was a bad actress. But I'd have to watch it again to see what you were to see if I would agree with you or not. And I'm absolutely not watching that ever again.
yeah, no, I just saw nothing there. It was just a blank. There was just nothing there, and I just thought that, like, she was a poor choice because she didn't do anything. She didn't act very well in it. And that's all I'm saying. And if somebody says they like her and she's a good actor, that's fine. That's their opinion. I also have an opinion. Mine is just as right to say that I don't like her style. But Hollywood has always been that way since the year dot. They will hire people that they made contracts and given people tons of money, men and women, based on their looks, not on any ability to act. And a lot of
Well,
times they can't act
in
because
her
they
case,
hire
it's
them for a
probably
different
less
reason.
about the looks and more about the fact that she was a big name. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah. Well, if she was, see, that's the thing. I didn't have a clue who she was. So that's probably both of it too, because they do put in, Hollywood does put in people that are popular. Like that's why you'll get rock singers or singers that show up in like Ricky Nielsen in John Wayne films and stuff like that. He couldn't act his way out of a wet paper bag, but he was popular. He was popular, so it got people into the cinema, and he was not hired for his acting ability. And Hollywood has always been like that, and it always will. It's the nature of the thing. And sometimes they do hit gold where they do get somebody that has the talent and the looks that people like. Doesn't happen all that often, but it does happen. because they're not looking at the talent. They're looking at, yeah, the popularity or their looks. How people will go in and see them. It's incredible because she's a huge star. That's the reason she featured so prominently in Dune. Though she was hardly. I see. I
Yeah.
had no idea she was a star.
Yeah.
How would I know? How would I know? I don't listen to modern music. I don't listen to that kind of stuff. And how would I know?
You know what I think is funny, Sean, is that you were in a band when you were young, but
Yes,
yet you've like you didn't maintain like the interest in music. It didn't carry over into your older years. I
it
find that
has. But still, I still do have interest in music. Every so often, I listen to stuff, and most of it I just find derivative and nothing catchy. And occasionally I do. Like I've mentioned to you, there's those country, there's a duet sisters. I can't remember their name now. Beautiful harmonies. They are really good. And occasionally I see stuff like that, but they're not pushed by the companies. These are independents usually.
Mhm.
And because they don't have the thing that they want in the other things, like they will eventually get it, maybe, because especially these three sisters, because they are gorgeous, but they also have fantastic voices. And again,
Well,
that doesn't happen all the time.
well, then maybe that's just why it seems to me like you don't really still have an interest in music, is because you don't like most of what you're hearing, and so you just don't talk about it.
Yeah, I don't talk about it because, and I don't look into it. Like if I do hear somebody that I like a voice, then I
Mm-hmm.
look into it. It's like an actor or an actress when I see somebody that acts well. It's like I keep mentioning her name, and I always forget her name. Jenny always comes to the rescue. Jodelle Ferlin or something like that. She's an actress that is amazing, and when I saw her in, again, my brain's not working. A Terry Gilliam film, Tideland, and I realized this young, well, she was a teenager then, or even around like young teenager, and I thought there's somebody that can act. And every time I've seen something with her in, I've always wanted to see what she's like as she's getting older. It's the same as I'm rewatching the um they've redone the All Creatures Great and Small series based on James Herriot books, Alf White. Uh, and the main actress in there can't act. It's like she's not a very good actress, but her little sister that started out like it was 10 or 12 years old, it's like it was wiping the floor with her, and she's still on there, and that's a good actress, and she's going to probably go somewhere, but the main one can't, in my opinion, is just like dead. It's just there's nothing there. But everybody sees different things. It's like reading a book. Some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
And
just because
author.
somebody's famous doesn't mean they're good, you know. Alex saying Jack Lemmo's, yeah, is fantastic. It got one of the best last lines. Or
Wait,
no, is it what?
is Some Like It Hot where is that the one where the two guys pretend to be women?
Yeah, to,
Okay.
to, to escape the mob, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And actually what's her name is in there. Yeoman Rand from Star Trek
Huh.
is in the band as well.
Oh, funny. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Ugh. Yeah, like Dougie says, he's only heard about her, but we see. I'd seen on these videos of this Zendaya, and I'd listened for a couple of seconds, and I don't care. And every time I see this, move on. I didn't know it was the same person. I didn't even look up to see who their name was when I watched it because I didn't like it. I didn't care, and I don't care about Timothy. Like I say, I can't even pronounce his name anymore. It's like Shamalama Ding Dong or whatever it is. He can't act, and I don't care about him. And if I see anything on videos that have stuff about people I don't care, I'm not spending 2 seconds on looking at it because I don't care. Uh, I said that because you started talking about Monroe in context. Yeah, no, I'm just saying that she's not there for she's not there for her acting talent. And I thought she was there because of her looks, because people seem to like her looks. But now I'm learning that she's very popular and people know it. So that's a double reason why she's there. She's not there for her acting talent. Like I swear you, that's not why they put her there for her acting talent. They put her there for other reasons. You may like it and other people may like the acting, but that's not the reason. A lot of times actors are put into places and not their talent, especially for a big blockbuster Hollywood films. It's not because of their acting talent. There's other reasons. You get a small film, an independent film, it's like independent book publishers. They will publish books based on hopefully literary merit or what they see as literary merit, where the big publishers, oh, that seems like Harry Potter, that seems like Tolkien, that seems like something else, and they'll publish it because they think they can ride on the coattails. That might be cynical, but I think there's a lot of truth to it.
Oh, I'm sure that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't most of Starship Troopers kids hired solely on their looks?
Yeah.
That's how it works. And but then occasionally you do get somebody that has talent, and usually it works against them a lot of times.
Oh, well, Jenny, you're going to have to tell me. I never saw Starship Troopers because I thought the trailer looked dumb. But the guy with the light colored hair and the blue eyes who stars in that movie, what is his name? That guy, whatever his name is, I don't recall seeing him in anything else. And also, he was way too pretty to be believed as some kind of a soldier, So, but what was that actor's name? And if you know of anything else that he played in? Notice how I asked Ginny, like, like I expect that she's going to know this. She always knows this stuff.
I don't say there are tons of straight to video films with actresses with good looks that can't act. Big movies tend to skip those actors. Well, because they don't have the popularity already, or they don't have the connections. It's the same thing. People get books published because they like with big publishers now. They get books published a lot of times because they got connections. You can't get like the Random House. You can't get a manuscript in there unless you have an agent, and you need to have the right agent that has the connections with Random House for them to get your book in. So those actors and actresses don't. They're just they're bottom of the thing, but they're because there are tens of thousands of people out there that have the look that Hollywood would use. So they have a pool to pull from, and it's usually people that have the connections. Read some history of Hollywood. That's all you need to do to know that.
I bet Steve's read history of Hollywood books. I'll bet. Yes.
I don't mean I'm just talking in general, not specifically to Gareth. Trisha Helfer. I don't know who that is. Was another model who was an excellent. No, I'm not saying that they're not.
Galactica?
That must be the new remake one, which I haven't seen.
Oh, I didn't know there was a remake one.
Yeah, there was. Well, okay. I'm talking a remake from the 70s one.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, okay. Well, I did see that one. That's why I'm curious to know which actors he's talking about here, because I didn't know any of their names.
Yeah, I seen the original Battlestar, but I haven't seen this. That must be from the new one. And yeah, no, it's just models. They're not. Nobody is excluded from potentially being a good actor or actress. But the thing is, when they're hired on basically their looks, the chances of getting somebody that has good acting ability is going to be slim. The chances aren't going to be there.
But here's another thing too. I don't think there are very many people who can just act well straight out of the box. Like I don't think
Not
there's many
many. No,
people
not
who.
at all. Not
So I
many.
think over time they developed a skill. So like if this Zendaya, for example, had an interest in acting, she might have said, "Hey, I have an interesting act in acting. She's already got a name. She could probably get a part somewhere." And
Yeah,
so maybe over time she'll develop that skill. You know what I mean?
you could.
So
Yeah, you could.
so any a lot of, like who am I trying to think of? There was an actor that I remember who got a part because of who they were, but they ended up becoming really good, and I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. Well, I don't have an example for you, but or at least not one I could tell you about. But the same thing can happen a lot of times with these
Oh,
actors who
yeah,
get
because
cast.
it's like, well, John Wayne is a perfect example. I know a lot of people don't like his acting, but he started out really stilted,
Mm-hmm.
and he was hired basically because of his height, his looks, but he did so much of it that he actually developed a style that he developed something from it, and
Well,
people, and
there's
some people
another
did.
thing. There's another thing going on here too. Like a lot of these actors who maybe aren't the strongest actors ever, they are also very charismatic. Like you still
Yeah, they
feel
can.
drawn
Yeah,
to watching them and still enjoy their screen presence, even if their performance isn't as good as maybe somebody else's would have been. They're
yeah,
still very, very compelling.
yeah. Well, they can be. Yeah, like, but it's just like I'm compartmentalizing their ability to act, because yeah, there are actors that are superb actors that that
Maybe.
it just never made it. Rod Steiger is an actor that I think is like he's left behind in because he's so good, but he wasn't a pretty boy or anything like that, and he could play any role pretty well. And he was such a great actor, but he never got the stardom that somebody like Cary Grant did. Cary Grant is before him to a certain extent, but when you compare those as actors, Cary Grant can't act his way, you know, out of a wet paper bag in comparison to Rod Steiger. But again,
Mhm.
that's an instance of what you were saying about Cary Grant. He did develop into
Mhm.
a better actor as he went along. But again,
Mhm.
he was hired because somebody saw him and said he looks pretty, put him in the movie.
Yeah.
Gary Cooper was very much the same. He was
Mhm.
put in because of his
Well,
look.
and they're both very charismatic.
They are,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, and
Mhm.
and that kept them going. That kept them going, and they did learn how to act to a certain extent. But you look at their earliest films, it's it's, it's pretty bad. But then you look at their midlife and later ones, there's some talent there. There is some talent because they have learned it, you
Mhm.
know, and a lot
And
of
then
the scenes don't.
some actors never develop good acting skills, but you still end up enjoying them anyway. For example, the guy who is in charge of the space station in season 1 of Babylon 5, who is the worst
Exactly.
actor I have ever fucking seen in my life. But for whatever reason, by the end of that season, I was like, I don't want anybody else in that role.
Yeah, because and it's that I still say is because of the writer,
Mhm.
J. Michael Straczynski. It's the
Mhm.
way the character was written, because he used like that was a writer that was able to look at an actor and maybe look at their faults and see that they didn't really work that well as an actor, but wrote the character that worked with their personality.
Mhm.
So that worked, and if an actor, if a writer and an actor can do that, and a director, then yeah, they're set. But no, I agree that sometimes it doesn't mean. But it's like there's another actor that I always like. He can't act that well.
Mhm.
Is Michael Pere. I first saw
Who is
him.
he?
Well, he was first in The Greatest American Hero. He's done
The guy with the
thousands.
blonde curly hair?
No, no,
Okay.
no. But he started out as a teenager, as a student in there, and he's in his 60s now, I think. He's not that great of an actor, but I like him. I like him. He was in Streets of Fire. He's had some other TV series, that TV series, and he's constantly worked. And again, his acting got better as time goes on, but he still wasn't the greatest of actor. But there was something about him that I kind of liked. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't. But I'd say, but as somebody asked me if he was a good actor, I'd go, he's okay. You know, he's not great. He's not okay. You know, he's not great.
Yeah.
Uh, Jenny, actually, yeah, I'd say Denise Richards is a great. I know that name. Who's she?
Oh yeah, Denise Richards. She was married to Charlie Sheen. She was real pretty, had long curly hair, like a spiral perm kind of hairstyle.
But
Was
what was
really
she?
long.
Like I know the name, but I can't think of who she was. But she was a flash in the pan, really.
Well, I can't remember what she was in. She was kind of forgettable.
Because I know the name, but yeah, I can't place her. Trisha. Yeah, I don't know who Trisha Helfer is. Uh, Grace Park. Again, I don't know who that is. Is brilliant actress, and for me, more attractive than Trisha Helfer. Loved her in Hawaii. Must be the new Hawaii Five O, which I haven't seen. So I can't comment on these people because I haven't seen them. Yeah, she's on Battlestar Galactica. It was so good. Me and Dave are doing a rewatch soon. I'm assuming that's I've not seen the remake of it.
It was good. Well, I quit watching it at the point where they're like camped out on the planet surface. I quit watching it at that point. It started going downhill for me then, so I quit watching.
Jenny mentions, yeah, the Jodelle and Kim. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I do have to, because that's an actress that I really like. So in any time, like there are people like Cary Grant. I like Cary Grant as an actor, even though I know he can't act that well. But it's the personality of the character he plays. And if there's a Cary Grant film on, even it doesn't matter what it is, I'll watch it. And that's the way it is with some actors and actresses. And with this young actress, well, she's not that young anymore. She's probably in her 30s. Yeah, both Trisha Helfer and Grace Park were great. Yeah, again, I don't know. I know the name Katie Sackhoff, and I've seen. I don't think I've ever seen her act, but that I knew she was in there. I don't know how I knew she was in the Battlestar Galactica. Oh, is
Oh,
it because
so
she was playing? Uh,
Starbuck, is that who this is?
yeah, that's probably how I know it because they gender swapped the role for the remake because it was Apollo was another bad actor or not great actor. Can't think of his name now, but
I
yeah,
know.
it was yeah Neil Patrick. Oh, well, yeah. I haven't seen that, but I don't think he's that great of an actor, Neil Patrick Harris. Like, or at least some of the times he doesn't. Um, was he in? Neil Patrick Harris was in Time Bandit or Sleep. Sorry, um, in Sleepy Hollow. I don't remember him being in there. Casper Von Dien, I think.
I don't
Oh,
know who that
sorry,
is.
that's a different actor's name. Oh, it's
I don't know who
Casper
any of
Van
these
Dien.
actors are.
It sounds like a character's name, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So I don't I don't know
Well,
who
I
that
don't
is.
know any of these actors. I know Neil Patrick Harris, but I don't know any of the rest of them.
Doogie Howser.
Yeah, that's how I know who Neil Patrick Harris is. I'm
Uh,
old, so
I love when Nepo babies are actually good. Oh, I guess she means like yeah, they are good or even better than their parents.
okay. What's a Nippo baby?
Nepotism, I think, because it's like they're getting the job or they can use their parents, you know,
Gotcha.
as a way to open doors.
Gotcha. Hold on, baby. Give me a minute, okay?
Yeah, I agree with that fully. Character actors are often overlooked in general, and some character actors are way better than the stars, like a lot of times. But they just didn't have the star quality, whatever that is. They didn't have the look for it. Marilyn Monroe did, but if I was, the person hiring, I wouldn't have hired her. So I would have missed huge amounts of money that she did. But they have missed some studios, and like, they don't hire somebody for this, because they say they didn't fit the part, and then they do something else and they blow up. So that's always happening, where some people miss out and some don't. But yeah, Marilyn Monroe, I wouldn't have I would have said bye bye. That would be a good decision. Underrated character. I'm not sure exactly what that's because.
What he's saying is it would be good to
Oh,
talk about.
discussion. Sorry,
Yeah,
discussion. Yeah, sorry. I'm reading it as
it wasn't
decision.
thinking it.
No, yeah. There's so many. That would be good. Brian Dennehy, John Turturro, Kathy Bates. Brian
Oh,
Dennehy, I
John
agree.
Turturro. I love John Turturro. I love that guy.
I don't think I've seen enough of him. Kathy Bates, again, I haven't seen enough of them. But Brian Dennehy, yes, I like, because I've seen it. The others I can't make a decision on because I haven't seen them. Clancy Brown, William Fitcher, Lance Reddick. I don't know who those are. Oh, Denise was part. Yeah, I don't remember Starship Troopers. It was such a forgettable movie for me. And all of a sudden popped in my mind is they made a sequel to it. It was a Tom Cruise one, Top Gun. I saw that in the theater and I walked out of there dazed, and I'm going, what did I just watch? And then I realized, oh, I watched the 2 hour advertisement for the Navy.
For the Air Force.
Well, no, I think it's isn't, and they're in the Navy. They're flying planes. So aren't the pilots that are on aircraft characters, aren't they part of the Navy, or are they Air Force connected
I
to the Navy?
thought they were all Air Force.
Yeah, well, that's a question I'm not sure actually. But yeah, no, it's just, and then they made a sequel to it. They made a sequel to, and when this came out and people were talking about it, I'm going, that's kind of weird. Why are they putting that first rate
Hey,
or
I loved Top Gun. Thank you very much. That was one of my favorite 80s movies.
well, there's no accounting for taste. But no, it's just because I didn't think much of it. And then when they were talking about, and it was back in the cinemas, and I'm going, why did they put that back into the cinema? And then it took a long time to realize it was a sequel.
I
I didn't even
haven't
think
watched
of
that yet, and I want to.
it. Clancy Brown, one of the best voices in Hollywood. I can't put a face to that at all. Um, I can't put a face to that at all. Ooh, all of a sudden uh, the chat jumped here. Yeah, Jodelle, she's turned 30. God, because like she must have been like 13 in Thailand. I don't know, but that's quite a while ago. So Jamie Bamber, oh, was Apollo. So who was Katie? I'm confused now, but anyway, that's not unusual. Casper Van Dien was the answer to you.
Oh, okay. Casper Van Dien.
One.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
Okay.
is that his real name?
I don't know. It's hilarious though.
Yeah, because it sounds like it's a character's name.
I can't do with people being named Casper because all I can think of is Casper the Friendly Ghost, no
Yeah,
matter who it is.
yeah. Yanni's here. Hello there. It's Monday. No, it's Tuesday. Terrible raining today in West Cornwall. I don't think it rained too much today. Yeah, it is Tuesday. Well, actually, no, it's actually Sunday, isn't it? It's actually Sunday.
Yeah.
No, but I do like the idea of the character actors because there's so many when you look at the history of films. Like there's one actor that I really like, but he was a complete asshole. He got fired for his race. Like this is something to say that in the 30s to get fired from a studio because he was too racist for them.
Wow. How
That's
bad was
saying
it to
that's what I mean. That's saying a lot.
him?
But he's such a great character actor. He's so good, but such a reprehensible person. You know, I can't think of his name. Yeah, this big. He was on My Man Godfrey as the father, and he played that kind of role. Can't think of his name. But yeah, like that's the thing. There's so many great character actors, and some of them played the same part over and over again, and then
Mhm.
others didn't. They
Well,
played different people.
I'll tell you oh, what happened to Sean? Oh,
You
there you are. You're
both
back.
disappeared, yeah.
Um, there are some actors who I don't consider good actors, but I think sometimes it's the kind of roles that they're cast in. I'll give you a good example. Kevin Costner, I don't think he's a good actor. You know, and he's been cast in lots of movies, and he had this one role, this one movie where I thought he actually was really good in it, and it was called Perfect World, A Perfect World. And that was the first time I saw him in a role, and I thought, wow, he actually can act. Now, not that I don't enjoy Kevin Costner. I loved Kevin Costner movies, but I was just like, well, I was very aware that his acting ability was not great. But in A Perfect World, it was like he was perfect for that part. And so if he had had more roles in that same vein, I think that I would have thought more of him. But so sometimes I think it's not necessarily the actor that can't act. I think it's the kind of roles that they're getting.
Yeah, like yeah, I feel the same about Kevin Costner. I don't think I've seen that film because I gave up watching films with him in.
Oh
But
God, you should
but one of
watch
his but
that.
one of his earlier films, which I can never remember the name of, and if Freeman is watching, he knows because he mentioned it one other time. It's one of his earlier films, and I'd recognize the name once I see it. That I liked, and I thought this would be a good actor.
What was
But
it
then
about?
it was kind of a thriller. It was a thriller type film, and that's all I sort of remember. It's just I remember seeing it and thought it was good. Another one is
Thriller.
I can't think of his name. He's now I think got he had a stroke recently. He was in
Oh,
that
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Yeah, I don't think he can act. However, when he did 12 Monkeys, I go, whoa, that was like it was like he can actually act. And
Yeah,
then I liked him in that other science fiction one too, which I can't think of the name of. With the woman,
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's an
yeah.
amazing movie. Yeah.
It's just I've tried watching his other film. I just don't like it. But
Yeah.
for some reason, 12 Monkeys worked, and it was again because I think the writing, the character, and probably the director, the Monty Python guy. And I again, my mind is like it feels like I've got a stroke. Um, better not be Monday. I should still be at work. Oh, is that him? Yeah, no, he is good.
The
He is
dark and
good.
tall guy who loses his head at the end. Okay, yeah, I like that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the original Highlander movie, by the way.
That, and again, Christopher Lambert, not the greatest actor, and some of the actors, it's cheesy, but
It's
it's
so
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, because I love it when I guess it's Clancy Brown. He's driving in the car and they're going, somebody left their head on the ground. They don't know his name, and he turns up. The Queen song goes, "I know his name."
Yeah. Yeah, and the music, everything about that movie worked really well.
It took me almost 10 years to find the soundtrack to that because I wanted the soundtrack. And I kept going into record shops and asking, I want the soundtrack to Highlander. And nobody knew in any did I say bookshop? Record shop.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what this was until one time I'm looking through discounted CDs and I seen a Queen one. It says a kind of what is this? And I go, that's soundtrack. It took me over 10 years because nobody, this is pre-internet, so I couldn't just type it up. Nobody I knew, and nobody at record shops knew.
Funny.
Wow, is that yes, sunlight, I
Yeah,
think
it is. I have my curtain down in just the wrong way. Oh,
Yes.
that was a good movie.
No, it wasn't. Yes, thank you, Freeman. You're to the rescue. No Way Out. I kind of figured he was here, but yeah, No Way Out is I really like that. And when I first saw that, I thought, oh, here's another actor that I'm gonna like, and then nothing after that I've liked.
Yeah. Well, make sure you watch A Perfect World because that movie is incredible. Incredible. And it's the only like great performance I've seen Kevin Costner ever give.
Well, take a look at No Way Out. It's like that, and I'll take a look at the other one.
Okay.
Bruce Willis was amazing in the right film. 12 Monkeys. Yeah. 12 Monkeys was great. What's his Brad Pitt though was like just they should have put a bullet in the character's head right in the beginning.
I like Brad Pitt. Thank you very much.
Oh, I haven't seen Mercury Rising.
I haven't either.
What is that? I think I vaguely recognize the title, but I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
But his ones where he's what are the ones he's famous for? That series of
Bruce
stuff.
Willis? The Die Hard?
Yeah. I can't stand those. I just really can't stand. I can understand people liking them, but I just I do occasionally there are films like that I really like, but for some reason those I don't.
Yeah. Well, that was actually based on a book. And I have the book. I have the book's not called Die Hard. It's called something else, which I can't remember at the moment. But I bought the book specifically so I could read the book and then watch the movie right after.
Need a wolf. I can't ever find.
Nice.
Yes, Terry Gilliam. It just comes and goes out of my mind. Yeah, that he's the director for 12 Monkeys. A lot of time, Bruce Willis was just able to play himself, but when he played a subdued, pensive role, he was good. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah. Gilliam is a great director. One thing I haven't seen, and I've been putting it off, is The Brothers Grimm, because I think that was taken away from him, and it really isn't his vision.
I liked that movie. I don't remember it very well, but I remember when I watched it, I really liked it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. There's the new one or newer one he did, which I haven't seen yet either. It almost had the look of 12 Monkeys occasionally. I can't remember the name of it. Really? Remaking Highlander?
Why would they ruin oh God, it's not going to be as good.
What do you mean say again? Was the first one already remade?
No, I think what she's saying is Christopher Lambert wasn't Scottish, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah. But he did okay. French, Scottish, interchangeable.
Yeah.
I better keep my doors locked, even though I'm 100 miles away from Jetty. But like he was, I really like, and again, his acting wasn't great in Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan. I really liked that film.
I do too.
And it's the best Tarzan film there is, even though as much as I like the 30s ones with Margaret, uh, Margaret, the actress, in there flashing herself half the time. Uh, she didn't wear any underwear, and all she wore was a loincloth just covering herself up, and you could you could see her. Well, you guys on here, I rarely watch movies and don't have a TV either. Yeah, I watch movies and I watch TV series on when I'm not feeling that well because it gives me something to do.
Well, I
Um,
used to watch a lot of movies. I don't anymore. And I've never been a big TV person, but like movies, I don't really watch many movies anymore because there haven't been a lot of movies to watch in the last, I don't know, 10 years or something, maybe longer. But I feel like 2004 was the last time that I was really interested in watching movies. So, but
well,
I've seen lots of older movies.
that's cool. I didn't know there's a special edition of Kind of Magic. I just can't believe it took me over a decade to find it, and it's like I can't believe that people that I knew loved Queen and they never said it. Because I'd be talking about music and soundtracks and then saying I wanted to get the soundtrack to Highlander because I assumed it would be called Soundtrack to Highlander.
Yeah.
Instead of that, still could be good. Oh, moonlighting.
The show Moonlighting,
Yeah,
the TV show?
was that Bruce Willis? No, who was in that?
That was Bruce Willis, wasn't it?
What Bruce Willis? Yeah,
I think it
I never
was.
watched it. I think because I didn't like him.
God, I forgot all about that.
An autistic kid cracks a code, and the government trying to kill him. Most Bruce. That sounds familiar.
Is that the No Way Out movie?
No, because that's
Oh, where that was Kevin Costner. Never
yeah.
mind.
Huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 The original movie had Sean Connery, a Scot playing a Spaniard. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
that's
wasn't he
hilarious.
actually Egyptian originally? Or no, I can't remember now. I thought there was some Egyptian connection there too. But in the series, I kind of like the series Highlander. With
The TV show?
yeah, the TV
Oh.
show.
Eric
It
was into that
ended
when he was a
really,
kid.
really. Sorry.
Eric was into that when he was a kid.
Yeah, it ended really, really badly, but I did like it. And they had Roger Daltrey on there occasionally. He, like again, a rock star, but his acting can be okay. And McVicker, he was really good, and he was perfect for this series. Like he played a humorous immortal, and it was actually quite good. I liked it. There was a Highlander TV series. Oh yeah, well, yeah. Doug is just did an intro. Yeah, I liked the Highland series.
I was
Uh,
not into that.
no, it wasn't the best production because it was Canadian and France. So they do some episodes that were supposed to be in, I think, the United States, but they were filmed in Montreal, in Canada or Toronto, and then they go to Paris and film some, like, half the season or something like that. Um, yeah, his acting. Yeah, he was Lambert was good in Greystoke. The Jane wasn't a very good actress, but they really even made it worse by dubbing
What do you
her.
mean the lady playing Jane wasn't a good actress?
No, she
Jeez.
wasn't. She's not a very good actress, or I didn't think so. But they made it worse because they dubbed her voice.
They dubbed her voice?
Yeah, in the
I
film. That
didn't
even
know
made
that.
it worse. Because when I was first watching it, um, I was going, this doesn't look right. And then it was years later that I found out that it was dubbed. Henry Cavill. I know the name.
Cavill, Henry Cavill.
Uh,
Jeez,
I
John.
I don't know who that is. I
Okay,
recognize the name.
Henry, did you ever see The Witcher? Did you ever watch The Witcher
No,
show?
no.
Oh, I can't think of what else he's been. Oh, he played Superman.
I
Um,
Christopher Reeve is the only Superman that I know.
uh, well, I'm just trying to
Other
give
than
you something you might recognize Henry Cavill in, but I don't know what else he's been in.
Jenny said she quite enjoyed the Highlander series. Uh, Shame you didn't go to rec shop that I was working. That would have been a long road trip. But no, it was weird because like in Toronto, nobody knew. Like in big record shop, like you could ask some of these people like the most obscure things, and they would know, but they nobody seemed to know. Or if they did, they were laughing at me, and because I was looking for something called Highlander. I don't know. I love the black and white Tarzan. Yeah, I do like those. Watched as a kid in the '70s, and yeah, Ron Ely was Tarzan. Those, though, I watched them as a kid, and I think I saw one again about 8 or 10 years ago. Oh God, I like it ruined my vision of the memory. Oh yeah, Bruce Willis, yeah, moonlighting,
With
yeah,
hair.
yeah. Who wants to live forever?
Yeah.
I do my TBR demands.
Here, TBR demands you living forever.
Oh yeah. Hey, Sean Connery used to be a milkman. He dated an ex-mom's. When they were teens, and was a milkman. Absolute truth. Yeah. Andy McDowell. Yes, yes. Yeah, I didn't think she was a very good actress, but yeah,
I
but
love Andy McDowell.
they
She was
just they,
fabulous in Groundhog Day.
uh, no, but they just made it worse, as I say, by dubbing her voice. I haven't seen this. The Enola Holmes. I've heard of it, and there's a
Henry
book.
Cavill is Sherlock Holmes. That can't possibly work. That can't possibly work.
Was Immortals. Don't know. No, playing Theseus. Okay,
I feel like I've seen that movie, but I can't picture it.
this guy says he's gonna marry Andy McDowell someday. I just didn't think she was a very good actress. Was she was
Well,
she
Sean,
in
you have no taste. We can't listen to you.
was she in who was the woman in Four Weddings and a Funeral? Was the American one? Was that Andy McDowell as well? Because whoever that actress again, it's like she brings down to me, and like certain actors bring down the movie. For
I
me and my
didn't see
Groundhog
that.
Day,
I don't know.
I try to ignore her, but I can't remember who the woman was. It could have been her.
Hmm.
That was in Four Weddings and a Funeral. I'm not sure. That was a fabulous film. There was the one actress there that was really good, and she was really skinny and small. I can't remember. Again, differing opinions.
Well, I agree with that statement.
Okay.
I think Andy McDowell also played in a movie opposite Gerard Depardieu where she
Is that
marries him so he
Art?
can stay in the United. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, like I love to direct. Peter Weir is a director I really really like, but that one I didn't like so much. Nor well, Steve's here. He's going to probably go through the roof. Uh, Master and Commander. I thought that was a pretty bad film, even though I think Russell Crowe is a good actor or can be a good actor. He played the bad guy in one of the Mission Impossible. I guess that's Henry Cavill. I guess.
I don't know. I didn't see Mission Impossible.
My mom couldn't watch any film with Jeff Goldblum after watching The Fly.
Hey, I loved that movie. You know how the computer refers to him as Brundlefly in the movie after the fly and him are combined. My name was Brandy Fry, and my mom started calling me Brundlefly after that movie.
Have you ever seen the original ones with Vincent Price?
Yes, but it's been a long time. I don't remember it very
They've got
well.
a charm. They've got a charm of themselves. Yeah, Green Card. And here's somebody who thinks that the remakes of some Western films are great. So yeah, yeah. And if I had a memory that would work more than 10 seconds, I'd be able to name those films. But yeah, I just don't know. I don't see too much. I don't see too many things now. Occasionally, I see a film, or I mean, an advertisement that I go, that could be interesting. Well, like I say, like the new
The new Beetlejuice?
no, that looks horrible. From
I'm
from
gonna
from the
see that
previews,
movie.
from the previews anyway. Uh, Salem's Lot. I
Mm,
like the trailer for that. And you showed me one for Nosferatu. That
yeah,
looks interesting too.
that does look very good.
Andy McDowell appears literally to not have had a facelift, but admits to using Botox. Kind of can't understand why people have any cosmetic procedures all for the screen. Yeah.
I agree.
Beetlejuice was okay, but they crammed too much in.
Into the new one, you mean? I'm assuming she means the new one.
Yeah. There's an actor that I don't know if he's ever done any big films. Bill Nye, not the science guy, British actor, fabulous actor, and I think he actually did a film based on this,
Oh,
or it was very similar to the title. And one of the daughters is a fabulous actor that she showed up on other things. She's got a strange name. I can't think of it now. What happened to Steve? He owes me a block watch.
he was probably meeting somebody in a bathroom somewhere.
The Fly was that a Kafka film adaptation? No, no, I've seen it decades ago and only read the trial. No, it's just a scientist that's. What was this machine supposed to do? Was it
It was
supposed to
supposed to
transport it?
transport you. Yeah,
Yeah, and but actually, and then reconstruct you. So
right,
a fly gets in when
right.
he gets dematerialized, and then when he materializes, he's part fly.
Yeah, it combined the fly and the scientist. Yeah.
There's three separate plot lines which it really didn't need. Oh,
Oh,
uh,
I'm not surprised about that. Yeah, that's not surprising at all. Yeah.
yeah, it's just I don't know. Michael Keaton is sort of. I used to like films that he was in, and then he just sort of. I went off him for some reason. I don't know. Like he just sort of seemed to disappear for a while, but I
Yeah,
think he's
he
coming
did,
back.
but all of a sudden he's popping up everywhere now. Like he popped up in some superhero movie. I don't remember what it was. I just remember he was like a construction guy of some kind, and he built himself this suit that has wings or something. I don't know what superhero movie this is, but I watched this, whatever it was. He was in that. Now he's showing up in Beetlejuice. He was in something else too that I saw a preview for.
Sorry, Jenny, but I love the new Beetlejuice film. For me, it was just right. Yeah, I just think that I didn't think the preview or the trailer the trailer didn't grab me. That's for sure. But like I say, the trailer for Salem's Lot did, which I could watch the film and go, "Oh, that was crap," but the trailer was good.
The
You know,
Nosferatu one looks really good. I'm definitely gonna watch that one.
I've seen actually um, a preview Yes, when I'm watching this blind spot of the Demeter, the ship Demeter or something like that. Like
Uh-huh.
and
The
that looks
Demeter.
like the trailer looks really good.
Yeah, I saw that movie,
Yeah.
and it was it was more horror than I prefer because it was gory. And it was, I liked it, but it was not my kind of movie, I will say that. And I didn't like the ending. The ending was terrible.
Okay. But like I say, the trailer looked good. Like trailers sometimes use will a lot of time not have anything to do with the film. But
Yeah.
if it's a good trailer, then that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Steve Donahue, a hero of mine in respect to the speed of his brain. He was in Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Steve
Yeah, it was a
Donahue?
Spider-Man movie.
Steve Donahue was in Spider-Man?
All right, my cat's having a conniption. I gotta go let him out. I'll be right back.
Michael Keaton was Vulture in Spider-Man. Okay. Yeah, it was just when I saw him in the Beetlejuice uniform, and I still have a picture of him in the original film, and I'm going, yeah, he's aged a bit. It's 20, what is it, 20 some years? Yeah, so well, a lot of time, like the one thing I did find out was they will use alternate takes or sometimes scenes that are not even in the bloody film. So it's a case of nice trailer shame about the movie. It could very well be. That's the thing. Well, that's why I say like, but I haven't watched. But I love the trailer for Salem's Lot and the use of Gordon Lightfoot's song "Sundown." That whoever did that was just brilliant. It's the number of trailers lately that actually spoil the entire plot.
Yeah, a lot of trailers have done that lately.
Yeah, I can anybody guess when, or and even better, the last first run film, when I say first run film in a cinema a theater, was or when? Can anybody guess that? And I'm not talking about because I've seen lots of silent films, but they're well, actually, I did see the 1924 Les Miserables, which was the first time it was screened in England, but that won't count. I don't know if anybody can guess what was the last. I'd have to look up to see what year it was, but I know what
So
was
you're
on.
saying a movie that's old that's playing in the theater again? Is this what you're saying?
No. With the last, can anybody guess the last film I seen in the theater in the cinema? That was a
Oh,
first
okay.
run film. Like I mean, first
Was
run.
it
Like it was
Star
new.
Wars?
No, I never saw Star Wars in the cinema.
Oh, I thought you did see one in the cinema. Okay.
Oh, I saw Return of the Jedi in the cinema.
What was that? The last one you saw?
No, it wasn't. I like the film Heater, Dream Team. Am I reading that right? Film Heater?
Film theater?
Oh, film theater. Yeah, I see. I can't see it that well, so I see film and then heater. I didn't see the T. Trailers are released before the final edit. Oh yeah, that makes sense then. E.T. No. My guy, I can't even remember the bloody name. It's a Robert Altman film.
What was it about?
It was set in the sort of 20s and like a shooting party of a rich house over the weekend. And bloody hell, I had it before.
Who was in it?
I can't remember the names. I can't remember the names. But it
It
was the
wasn't
same
that
guy
Perdition movie, or was it?
no.
Okay.
It was the same guy who he wrote the script that wrote and created Downton Abbey. Oh, I can't think of the bloody name. I had it there, and it just
A
it's
shootout
gone.
in a rich person's house over a
No,
weekend.
no, a shooting. They're there for shooting, like hunting over a weekend in an
Oh,
English country house.
oh,
And
okay.
it had the director, like an American director was going to film some um, Charlie Chan films and was looking for locations, and um, and oh, what's the guy who was they named Gareth? You have to know the answer to this. The singer songwriter who wrote the big World War I song that the British Music Awards are writing songwriting is named after. You have to know that, and I can't think the character was in there as well. Oh, gee. This is what happens when I like I'm not doing too well. I can't think of things. My favorite film of this year is like, oh, there was a new Planet. I haven't seen any of the new ones. Yeah, Ivor Novello. um, and I can't think of the name of the bloody film. I haven't seen any of the new Planet of the Apes films, not even the Tim Burton one.
Well, I saw the one with Marky Mark in it years ago, and then I saw a newer one that had John Lithgow in it, and James Franco maybe was the other actor. I can't remember who played the guy, but John Lithgow was in it for sure. He played the dad with Alzheimer's. I saw that one, and then I meant to see more of those, and then I never did.
Because I don't think because they created a whole new storyline from what I understand. But I don't know, is the Tim Burton one part of that storyline too, or is that like a
I have
short
no
film?
idea. I don't know what the Tim Burton one was.
Yeah, it's Ivan. Nobody's coming up with the name. I can't think of the name of the film. Yeah, I love the. Oh, yeah, the TV series was interesting.
I loved Bananas. Yeah, I loved those Planet of the Apes movies. Those were great.
Yeah, I think this is well, yeah, there was the TV series too that was a little strange. James Franco. No, Tim Burton. Oh, so the Tim Burton film is an independent. It's different. Tim Burton one was the
Oh,
Mark
that's the
Wahlberg
Marky
one.
Mark one. Okay, it was fine, but it wasn't super
Wasn't
fantastic.
Helena Bonham Carter in there as well? I
In
think.
that Planet of the Apes, I don't remember who
I
else was
think
in it.
so. Well, they were married at the time, so Late Night with the Devil was a great. Never heard of that one. I like I like the title. Uh, the Late Night with the Devil was a great horror film. First half, I was sure I was watching the wrong film, and then damn, it got dark and really good. Saturday tea time television.
Jenny, have you ever seen Elevator? I really liked that movie.
So, did they change the name here and to in the UK to Lift? Uh, the James Franco one was the start of the Matt Reeves trilogy. So there's only three of them. I thought there was a lot more, or there's some new ones that aren't even connected. There's two different storylines. I don't know. Jenny's saying nope, but add it to your list. I,
It's good.
I hate this when my brain just doesn't work. It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Thank you. Gosford Park. And whatever year that came out was the
Freeman
last.
to the rescue again?
Yes. You must be connected to my faulty synapses. Um, oh, okay. So there's four. Oh, okay. I thought there was one. That's not too bad then to catch up on, because I do want to see them because I do like the story, and I know apparently they, it's nothing like the original one, and the original series. So, uh, oh, you watched the fourth without seeing the third one. I haven't rewatched any of the uh, Planet of the Apes movies for decades, I think.
There's a really underappreciated actor is John Lithgow. That man is fantastic. He is such a good actor. He can do anything. He can just do anything.
Scotty's going back to Vanity Fair. I'm not sure
Hi,
if I'll get
Scotty.
to it today. Um, Planet of the Apes, five originals, one Burton, three Reeves ones, and the new one. Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah. So the first one is set 100 years after the third. Yeah, I'll have to watch those because I am interested in them, but I just never got around to it. Wait to sort of they're done. It's like I've got a Alien box set that I haven't watched yet, and I think there's a couple things on there that I haven't seen.
Well, didn't the originals, how many of the originals are there? Five? Somebody said there was five.
Five, yeah, yeah.
So weren't the first movies, I can't remember how that timeline played out, but wasn't the first movie where Charlton Heston is crash lands on what is Earth, only he doesn't know it's Earth in the beginning? Wasn't that the first movie? And then like they flash back to how, they go backwards to how it all started after that?
Well, sort of. The second one,
Is
uh,
when the married couple, the apes, they end up going back in time to Charlton Heston's character's time, right? And that's where they get pinned up and they get famous for being, you know, talking, apes and all this kind of stuff. It's that one. That's the second one, right?
that's the
That's where
third. I
she
think
says the I loathe bananas.
because isn't there does he I see I can't even remember now. Does he blow up the Earth uh in the first film, or is it the second film and that's the third film you're talking about?
I can't remember. That's
Yeah.
why I was asking. I'm trying to get it straight myself.
Caesar was really done. Oh, okay. So they kept some of the stuff. Scotty. So, I was grinning like mad when they started referencing the original Heston film in War of the Planet of the Apes. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, it's the second one. Yeah, I can't remember because there's Planet of the Apes. Is it Return to the Planet? I can't remember what the second one was called.
I don't know. I cannot remember the chronology of those movies. I can't remember how they came out.
Yeah, because it was when he blows up is the second one, and then yeah,
Yeah, because it had all those weird people who were worshiping the nuclear bomb. Right.
yeah, and then Cornelius and what's her name?
Yeah, I can't
um,
remember the names.
um, she winds up as without makeup as an actor on at least one other film after that. The actress, yeah, and then there was that one, and then there was
Then there was
Battle
the
for
one
the
where they
Planet.
show. Yeah, what the wasn't that last one where they show, the ape Caesar who like how that whole thing got started,
No,
like
that
how the
was
whole
the
thing.
fourth one, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, or no, and then there's the Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. I think is the last one.
Okay, and then what happens in the last one?
It's in the future when they're trying to live together.
Oh, right, right,
They're
right.
trying to
Okay.
live
Right.
peacefully because
Okay.
Caesar, um, is told of what happens in the future.
Right.
He's trying to change that. I think.
Okay. No,
Uh,
that sounds familiar. I think that's right.
yes, I went to Heston School, by the way. Nothing to do with Charlton Heston, near Hounslow, London. Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Yes. Where did I get Conquest of the Planet of the Apes?
I don't know.
Or
I
was it?
thought Beneath the Planet of the Apes was the one where
That's the
he
second one.
destroys.
That's yeah, that's the second film.
Okay.
Yeah. Almost glad I haven't seen the originals. They seem like a fever dream. Well, I don't
Well,
know. They're
they're
good.
really
Like
good. You should
yeah,
watch them.
it's like they were flying with their seat of the pants because
Yeah.
they didn't have a clue what was going to happen in the
Yeah.
other one. They just made another film.
Yeah. And they were really good. They were good.
And then the like the series, the TV series, which then they put together in a couple films, but the TV series is several astronauts are going out on the same course that Charlton Heston did, but that they wind up in a more future that is created from more from the last of the films in a sense, or earlier, because maybe that's how the timeline went, and then way in the future it changes to the way Charlton Heston, but they never continued with that. But I have no idea how what they've done with the new one, how the apes became intelligent or anything like that.
Well,
And
from the first movie, James Franco's character was working on a cure for Alzheimer's because his dad, who's played by John Lithgow, has Alzheimer's, and so he's testing it on his dad and this ape at the same time, and the ape is Caesar, and like that's how he became intelligent. At least that's what I remember from the movie. It's been a few years since I've seen it, but
yeah, in the original series, like I remember the reason why apes were used was because it's saying astronauts brought back some disease that killed dogs and cats.
hmm.
And it's like I was a kid when I first saw this, and I'm going, "What? Really?" And I didn't believe it as a kid, and it still seems like doesn't. And I'm sure that's what it was. Yeah, yeah. Conquest is the uprising. Okay, so then the final one must be called the Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Then yeah, uh, yeah, the Roddy McDowell ones. Yeah, and he was in this TV series too. He continued on into the TV series as a different character as well.
Yeah, Roddy. I was trying to remember the name of the actor who played Cornelius, and it was Roddy McDowell. Yeah, I was like, who? What was the name of that actor? I was trying to think of it.
Well, some of the other, like the ones that played, um, like the orangutans and the gorillas, are really good actors, and it's like you
Yeah.
know them by their voice, and even
Mhm.
by their movements. That because if you know the actor, you can pick them out, but it's really weird.
Yeah.
The V is pronounced like an F in German. That's the das Varta, whatever that is. That's okay. Tormenting Sean will only with only remakes is too entertaining. I liked him in Legend. I Am Legend with Charlton Heston.
Well, I think
Uh,
that's
no,
called
that's
Omega Man, isn't it?
yeah, no, he's confusing. Um, bloody hell. Soylent Green and Omega Man to I Am Legend book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the Soylent Green with the last appearance of Edward G. Robinson.
Oh, right, right. He was the
Yeah,
guy's
yeah,
what did they call him in there? Not the investigator, but his
the
his guy who gets to
librarian
follow
or
his
something like
information.
that. Yeah, he searched for in records or something. I can't remember
Yeah.
what he was
Yeah.
called. Or yeah, the title. Yeah, it was Soylent Green. Cornelius's voice. Yeah,
Mm.
Roddy McDowell. The Mark Warburg Apes movie had an amazing cast in it.
I wasn't super keen on that movie. It was okay, but I was disappointed. I went to the movie theater to see that. I was all excited that they were going to have new Planet of the Apes, and I was like, mm. when I walked out of the movie theater.
It's getting cool here, but I haven't turned the heat on. Hence, I'm wearing. I bought some thick flannel shirts, and I don't plan on turning the heat on until I really need it. Uh, but it's not that cold yet. It's got down to freezing, but it's always up in the 10 degrees Celsius or low teens during the daytime. He needs a Doctor Who one. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I want. It doesn't have to be what Tom Baker's. What was that? Like 300 feet long. The star of the Burton version is Rick Baker, the effects man. Incredible makeup, but not a great film. And I'm a Burton fan. Yeah, but wasn't Helena Bonham Carter in that? Like nobody's answered that yet. I'm pretty
I
sure
don't know.
she was.
I don't remember.
Like what I don't even know if that was like a remake of the original one either. Was that just a straight up remake? I don't know.
No, it wasn't a straight up remake. It was different from the original. It was more like the original than the Planet of the Apes, the newer ones that I saw, the newer one I should say that I saw, but it definitely wasn't a straight up remake.
Well, it's very well. Even the original film is very different from the book. Well, the same as like the triumvirate of films that I like is I don't know what order they are off the top of my head, but is Planet of the Apes, Omega Man, and Soylent Green, and they're all different from the books. Quite different from the books.
Are you talking about Charlton Heston movies specifically
Yeah,
here?
yeah, because they're those three they're interlinked. They're so close together to me, and it's like even though there were different people making them, it's as if somebody planned this, and I don't know what there was behind it because
You mean like
there's
the visuals, the style of the movie is the same?
well, yeah, and the not yeah style, but also the themes about sort of like apocalyptic type things, post-apocalyptic, and really sort of very, very influenced, I think, by Vietnam. I think
Hmm.
it's very influenced of darkness in it, and I think that's let's see here. Burton and Bonham Carter were together then. He kept putting his partner in films. Yeah, uh, Lisa Marie before that. Okay, an Addy cranking machine. I don't know what that is. Uh, but yeah, no, I really have to watch those, and I'll have to get a box set. But if they're continuing to make them, then um,
I
I'll
haven't
have to.
seen the originals forever.
No,
I
I
think I
haven't.
was a teenager the last time I saw those.
It's over 20 years because it'll be coming up. It'll be 19 years that I've been in the UK, and I haven't watched them since I've been in the UK, and it's got to be a good 25 years, if not 30 years, since I've seen them.
Hmm.
And like I say, I used to have DVDs of them, but when I had to sell DVDs, those got sold. I just never got around to watching them. And I just, it's one of those things where, Amazon drops prices so cheap at times. And I bought the set and I just never got around to watching it. It's like I bought the Alien Blu-ray set because it popped up for like £8 or something like that. £8 for the whole, you know, um,
Collection of alien movies.
yeah, and then I think it's the extended cut and everything.
Mm.
That's like wow. Oh, the original one, so it's 12. I don't, I don't think I've seen it 12 times, but I'm probably close to it. Close to it. The thing is, well, Gareth, because you're a fan of Twilight Zone, and you must know this that Rod Serling worked on the script to this. And then, when I heard that, first of all, I thought, well, that makes sense. That's the ending. That's a Rod Serling ending. And it is a Rod Serling ending. But he didn't write that ending. He wrote, by the sounds of it, a terrible script. Because like his idea, I think, for the ending was that Charlton Heston single-handedly got weapons and weaponized the humans and took back the Planet of the Apes from the apes.
Oh, wow.
That was just so bad, But watching it and then seeing it, the way it ended, that had an impact. The other
Yeah.
one would have went,
Yeah.
really?
What was the book called? And was it a series of books?
No, just Planet of the Apes. It was
It
called
was
Planet
the
of
book
the
was
Apes.
called Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, well, that's the English title because it's translated as French. Pierre Boulet.
Huh.
I don't know if that's the pronunciation. Yeah,
I wonder if they're still selling the book.
Yeah, I'm sure it's still in print. Yeah,
I would like to read the book.
I'd like to read it again. I because when I read it, I was really young. Well, younger, so it was like probably sometime in the late 70s, early 80s that I read it, and I didn't really care for it because it was so different from the film, and it's like, but I'd like to read it again because I there's still parts that I remember about it,
Yeah.
and for a book that I didn't like, I still retain those scenes, so that says something, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Garrett's saying, yeah, it's in Waterstones in Portsmouth, so it's available here. It's probably a peng. Is it a penguin? Did you notice? I wouldn't doubt there's a penguin. Let's just take a look. Um, let's look at Amazon. Uh, Planet of the comes up as a suggestion. Oh my God! What a cover. Who published it before I show the cover? Uh, no, Vintage. Here, Vintage Classics. It's a the cover is just. Let me get rid of this.
Oh, that's awful. That's terrible.
It is. It is.
That is the worst cover ever.
That person should be fired.
Yeah. They're violating that book.
I know it's Saturday. I want to read the book this year. Vintage. Oh yeah, he said yeah with a third or 3D. Is that a three? Is that the one, Gareth? Is that the cover that you saw? That's a 3D cover. You don't see it in the picture. That's for sure. Hopefully this is wrong. That is bloody bad. Oh, so there is another cover that's 3D. Okay. They don't show it here. Yeah, that is really bad. Oh, I do want to get these omnibuses of the novelizations. Uh, those are cool. They're really big. Big. That's weird. What happens to the light around me? It turns yellow.
Yeah.
Uh, it's awful and blurry. Okay, so the 3D cover is awful as well then for 3D glasses. Oh, why are they doing that?
I don't know. It's a gimmick.
I can't remember what my cover was. The book that I had, I picked it up in the as a used copy. but I do want to read it again. That's the one thing because it's it those three movies though do have they're a really big thing for me. Like those were movies that I watched as a kid.
Yeah.
So, and
I
they
watched them as a kid too in elementary school.
and like when I say I thought I it must have been a long time after that I actually read the book because I didn't know it was a book until I saw it on the shelf. I think my cover has no illustration, just the words.
Hmm.
I don't remember an illustration on mine other as well. I prefer glasses with ping pong balls on spring. But yeah, oh, because you haven't watched like your one of your favorite books is the I Am Legend, but you haven't seen the Vincent Price one.
Yeah, I haven't I saw the Omega Man and I saw Will Smith and but I have not seen the Vincent Price. And I have it on my watch list though, so I'm going to be watching that soon.
I really like it, even though the production values aren't great.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the most faithful to the book. You know, it's not 100%, but it's the most faithful, I think.
Well, Vincent Price though, you know what I mean? So,
Well,
can you
that's
go
like you're
wrong?
yeah, I know, but that's why I say you got to watch that something like that Dragon Wick with him because he started out as a leading man, you
How
know.
funny. Yeah, I that Dragon Wick. Did I tell you that I put that on my watch list? That Dragon Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you got
I was hoping that you had read the book, because if I like the movie, then I want to read that book.
no,
So
because I knew that I know the film or I've seen the film and I knew it was based on a book, but that's why it confused me because I thought no, I thought it was a male writer.
yeah, no.
But it's a woman. It's just a gothic sort of romance type thing, if I remember, or at least the movie is. But
Well,
there's a
it's
lot of
described
fantasy.
as a gothic uh mystery thriller. I think is how it's described. How the book is described.
Yeah, yeah, there is that to it as well. The movie, at least the movie. Well, obviously the movie is going to be different,
Yeah.
but but yeah, it's. I don't think that I don't have anything on my watch list to read. I'm sorry, watch list to read. There's nothing really, I don't think, because I keep going into Prime occasionally to see what there is to watch there, and the freebie one or whatever it's called, freebie, and there's just nothing, and that's why I say I started watching the All Creatures Great and Small, and then I saw this,
Do you
um,
cruise through the free movies on YouTube?
not particularly, not well. I subscribe to a few
No, I
that
mean, do you like YouTube? YouTube shows has movies that you can watch for free. Is what I'm saying. Do you
oh
ever look through those?
no, because I
You
don't
should
know.
look through those. They often have old ones that you have mentioned before. Like right now, they have It Came from Outer Space that you can watch for free on YouTube.
Oh, that's good. That's Ray Bradbury script
Yeah.
or the thing. I think that's the one. But there were so many that were it from somewhere, so I could be wrong. It came from the bottom of the sea. It came from
Right.
beyond. There were
Right.
so many, but I think that's the one. And then if you do watch at the beginning when the thing comes towards the camera, like the asteroid or well, it's ship, and then all of a sudden it breaks. You could see it that it's a mirror. You could see the reflection of it. Uh,
Nice.
but no, I didn't know that because every time I see that, they charge money, and
No,
I wonder if
they have a free section.
those should be free because I think most of those are in the public domain. So, uh, I like the Funny Poe version film. Right? Oh yeah, I love the Vincent Price Poe ones, and I again the director is slipping my mind. A B director that he makes like the schlockiest films that you could think of. But when he did this Poe cycle films, they were good.
Mm.
Like you've seen that, haven't you, Brandy? You've seen the
Yeah.
one Dracula, yeah. Well, Prime. Well, okay, it was good when a couple of years ago. Prime was playing old 1940s, well, 30s, 40s, and 50s, and into the 60s British B films, and none of them pretty well I'd have ever seen. And it was they're put out by a company, Revell or something like that, or Revolian, something like that. And they had dozens of them on there, and I spent a long time watching those, which I thought was kind of they're movies that you wouldn't want to pay anything for really to watch, but they were fun to watch because they were just the uh, quickies basically to fill up the theater, the cinema, on quickie. They're almost like quickie quotas. Where in England here for the time, I think it was in the 20s and 30s. I don't know how long it went, but they had to have so many percentage, or cinemas had to play a certain percentage British films. They can't just play American films, so they were forced to make films to fill that
Mm.
percentage in order to get the British one. So they made them on the cheap, but they're still have a charm, and
Mm.
but you couldn't get those anywhere else. So that was
Well,
good.
the
Yeah,
United States, I think the Prime movies are good. They've got lots of good movies. Of course, really, it's a matter of opinion or personal taste too.
yeah. Well, the thing is, they're different here. Like that's the thing. Movies,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
movies.
In the United States, I think it's good.
They were good for TV series, but I've gone through everything that was on. Like I don't have Prime all the time. I get it when it's free for a month, and then I binge watch when it's free, and then leave it. But there's really nothing on there now for me to, even if I got it free, to binge watch. Yeah, because like things like I would watch Battlestar Galactica, but that's not free on there, I don't think. Um, and that's why I finally watched that Andromeda or whatever that you said you liked with Hercules.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, uh,
Kevin Sorbo.
Hercules.
Yeah.
Living on my own, I can't do Dracula or anything scary. Is the Dracula scary? That's the thing.
I don't think any of the old ones are scary. Like, don't watch the Demeter. Don't watch that one. But like the old Dracula movies, I didn't think were scary. I'm a scaredy pants too. Her name's Anna, right? Anna?
Yanny,
Annie. Okay, yeah. I'm a
Yanny,
scaredy pants too, Annie. So, the older
Yanny,
ones were fine.
Yanny
Oh,
with a Y.
Yanny.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, Yanny. Yanny. Okay, I was close. I was close. It
Um,
rhymes.
yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I never, like, I've never watched anything that actually scared me. There's stuff that has repulsed me, but never scared me.
Oh, I've watched everything, damn near every horror movie I've ever seen has scared the shit out of me. So
See,
and every 5 years or so, because I just don't do horror, but every 5 years or so, I see a horror movie that I really want to watch, and I'm thinking I'm going to be brave, and I just get all hopped up about it. I'm going to watch this horror movie, and then I'm sorry I watch it every stinking time.
well,
And
the ones
go
that
ahead.
have a lot of blood and gore in, I don't like because to me that's not horror. That's just blood and gore.
Yeah. Well, there's this one movie that I watched a few years ago called It Follows. So usually when I watch a horror movie, I'm only freaked out for like that night, you know what I mean? And then I'm fine. But when I watched It Follows, that movie freaked me out so badly that like every now and then it's been like 3 years or something. Every now and then I still have like this moment where I can't get to sleep because I'm stuck thinking about the fucking monster in that movie because it didn't do anything. It just walked towards you all the time, and it never stopped walking with the same facial expression, only in different people's bodies. It could take on any appearance it wanted to, but had the same facial, and it just walked. It didn't run after you. It didn't make noise. It did nothing. It just continuously walked towards you no matter where you went. And then if it ever caught you, then it killed you. But it freaked me out so bad. Like it's still to this day, like every once in a while. And we're talking like 3 years here. So never again. I'm not doing scary movies again.
I don't know. Yeah, it just they never scared me even as a kid. I enjoyed them, but I know going to school and stuff like that and talking to other kids, like it scared the pants off them.
Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I'd be up for a week's worth of nights, trying to shake off a scary movie.
Like apparently, kids were got scared of watching Doctor Who and the monsters on there, and there's the joke that they watched them from behind the couch.
Oh,
So they
I never got scared from Doctor Who.
no, when people like, and yeah, it's just that it just seems foreign to me. It's just like, but with all the blood and guts and stuff, like I can be repulsed by it, but that's not
Yeah.
being scared. It's just being repulsed.
I got
Um,
scared by Gremlins. My dad took my brother and I to the movie theater to see Gremlins, and I had to leave the movie and wait out in the lobby because it scared me so bad.
I remember watching that and with a few other people, and I just thought they were so ugly, like the furry one. And when they changed, I thought, oh, they're cool now. And everybody was, oh, they're so cute. Like the first ones. It's like, no, they were cute when they changed. Let's get some. Oh, there's a whole bunch of here. Comments here. Uh, I think that was the. Oh yeah, Alex was saying about good old DVDs for old films and good old VHF.
Yeah,
Uh,
VHS.
and Book Decker. Now I remember so many good old films of my youth. Thank you for that.
Wait, and how many of us remember betas? Remember the betas?
I never used them. I never used them. They were better
We did in
apparently.
the beginning. We did in the beginning.
Yeah. No,
We
I
also had, like, when I was in the first grade, my dad had a laser disc player that played movies, and the discs were as big as a vinyl album, but they played movies.
yeah. There's people that collect those because there's different versions on them, and uh, they put out a lot of silent stuff on those too that they never put out any other way,
Oh,
which is
interesting.
kind of
Well,
interesting.
we had Popeye and Barbarella, and I think we had Conan the Barbarian, but I could be wrong about Conan. But we definitely had Popeye and Barbarella.
Th- See, Barbarella is due for a huge box set. And I don't know if they've done that. That's due for a huge box set. That's such an it's one of those movies that are so bad that is good.
Yeah, exactly. It's so terrible, but it's that you love it.
There it is. There, yeah, Yanni.
Yeah.
Spelled Ani. Yeah. Agree. Must be something to do with the
With the horror
horror.
stuff. Yeah.
What freaked me out, Andrew is saying, was Black Angel, the
Hmm.
short movie that was shown before The Empire Strikes Back in 1980.
Oh,
So,
interesting. I don't know that one.
and Jenny is Jenny. I watch horror to go to sleep. Yeah, and he's saying, Daleks absolutely scared her, especially the voices. Exterminate, exterminate. Yeah.
Oh, I remember I don't know, 22, I think, and I watched Event Horizon like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was home. I was by myself, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I thought I was going to be watching a science fiction movie, and it turned out to be this horrible horror movie that kept me awake for that night and the next night.
I haven't seen that in a long time, and most people always poo-poo that, but I remember liking that. I remember really liking Event Horizon, but I haven't seen it in so long. And that reminds me of another film that was a fantasy one, and they're riding across, and there's like a crystal, it's crystal something that I
Dark
really
Crystal,
liked. What?
the Dark Crystal.
What was that about?
Yeah, it had Muppets in it.
No, that
Okay,
wasn't. I did see
okay.
that one, but no, this is. I think Crystal was in the title, but it was a fantasy one, and it was like a black tower, and it looked crystalline, and they're
Are,
riding towards it. And I remember
are you
liking
talking about Kroll?
Crawl. That's it. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. That's
that's
one of
it.
my favorite movies. I love that movie. Yeah.
But again, it's one of these things. I haven't seen it. I've only seen it once, and it's always stuck in my mind. Like
Yeah.
every time I think of that one, I think of Event Horizon, and when I think of Event Horizon, I think of that one. They're totally different films, but I probably saw them at the same
Oh,
similar time.
I think there was a scene in there where somebody had red eyes in Event Horizon. Maybe that's why you think of it.
Or I just watched them at a similar time, and I liked them, and nobody else liked them.
Oh, that could be. Yeah. I
But I
watched
haven't
Trolls
seen them.
back in the 80s, and I didn't watch it again until I was an adult, and I was like, "Yep, still love this movie."
Betamax, yeah, no,
Yeah,
no,
Vegas.
Barbarella is so funny. Muppets, yeah, I don't know why I thought Crystal. Maybe it's because the thing looked crystal or something. But yeah, Krull. That's it. That's it. And as I say, I have scenes in my mind, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since. And everybody every single person who I've talked to about it, except you so far, have always thought they were horrible films.
Nope, I loved Kroll. I thought it was great. I still love it. I mean, it's a little choppy. It could have been done better, but I still love it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fantasy person either. You know that, and
Yeah.
I
Well,
enjoyed
it's
them.
kind of it's fantasy, but it's like a science fantasy mix, because it's on an alien planet. The Dark Tower that you're remembering is actually an alien ship that transports itself from place to place. And so, and the guy the creature that has the tower is an alien. So
Okay, so there's two that like Crawl as well, but no,
and
any other time that I've ever brought it up, people say that it was horrible, like Event
oh,
Horizon. You know.
and get this: the hero in Kroll, he was a Deep Space Nine character who was bald.
Who was that?
I
Who
can't
was
remember his name.
who was bald in
He
in
wasn't. He wasn't. He wasn't one of the main characters. He was a character that showed up in Deep Space Nine, but he wasn't one of the main characters.
yeah, Gareth to say, but who was that?
I don't remember, but Gareth probably knows the name.
Sorry, was he bald in DS9?
Yeah, he was the leader of the Maquis. Excuse me, the Maquis.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I can't
I don't
remember his
remember.
name. Was it Michael something
Well, he's
in the
got
show?
Ed Minton or something. I don't know. Does
I
that ring a
can't
bell?
remember.
No, I've got to look that up because I haven't thought of it in quite a while. And when you mention Event Horizons, as I say, that popped up. So
Yeah.
I do have to watch that again.
Okay,
And
so my favorite part of Crawl is the hero's awesome rubber pants. Awesome. When
see,
you
I don't.
rewatch it, make sure you take notice of his pants.
Okay. Well, I like I say, I don't remember the whole storyline. I did remember the fact that it was a ship, or at least it moved around. And I
Yeah.
remember their journey. There were journey, and I don't. And there's certain scenes that I remember, but I don't remember the overall storyline.
Mhm.
Sort of very similar to Event Horizon,
Do you want
but
me to
I
tell you the storyline or the main thing?
nah nah.
Okay.
I'll keep that because because I've seen it, and it'll be fun when I
To
get around.
remember it, yeah. Okay.
Uh, Edmonton, is that the actor?
Edmonton. I don't know. That doesn't sound right to me, but you know what? I definitely could be wrong. I certainly don't have reliable memories of DS9.
Those episodes between him and Cisco are amazing. See, that's I've never. I know I've not seen all of the Deep Space Nine series, so That's could I may never have seen those episodes.
Was his name Michael Eddington, maybe?
There is an actor called Michael Eddington, yeah.
Oh, well, maybe that's what I'm thinking of as the actor, not the character. Okay. I don't know.
But yeah, I do want because I did have Paramount for a while, and I cut it off before I got around to watching all the way through Deep Space Nine. Because I watched through everything else. Oh, I haven't. I think there's still episodes of Voyager that I haven't seen, but I'm not too. I never really.
Did you just call it Voyager?
Isn't it called Voyager?
It's called Voyager.
What
You called
Voyager?
It's not Voyager. You said Voyager like it's a French word or something. I don't know.
Well,
You
that's
just
because it
said
is a French word, and it is a French word, I think, and that's probably uh,
Voyager.
it probably and I don't know.
I
I
threw you
remember.
off, didn't I?
Oh yeah, Logan's Run. Yeah, I like that with
Oh, I loved Logan's Run. That was fantastic.
Jamie Agutter. Yes, that's an actress that I can watch anything with her in. I got her to sign a picture from American Werewolf in London that just sort of "Beware the Moon" or something like that, or something like that. Rubber pants. Yeah, long pants, not the British pants. No, I guess Michael Eddington, but I thought there was an actor called Michael Eddington. Michael Eddington was the character's name. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure, but I was just thinking Michael Eddington for some reason, and I was like, well, then when Sean said, I thought, well, I must be thinking of an actor.
I'm sure there's an actor called Michael Eddington.
I don't know.
But maybe that's where maybe I do know that name from because I know I'm familiar with the name and it could be from that. Uh, fair, yeah. Logan's Run.
So
Has
good.
anybody seen the very short-lived TV series that they made?
I
Like
remember there was one, but I don't know if I ever saw it.
Yeah, I watched it at the time, and that's the only time I've ever seen it. But the thing that was funny too was Farrah Fawcett was on Logan's Run. I'm sure, yeah, she was on there. Or am I getting mixed up with Saturn 3?
Well, here's my question. How many of you have read the book of Logan's Run?
I have, yeah. Have you
Did
read the
you?
sequels? Have you read the sequels?
Now, I didn't read the book yet. I want to. It's one of the books I want to read.
I've got it, yeah. I want to reread it as well. I liked it. I really liked it. And again, it's quite different, but I did really like the film. And it's like anytime, like and I will never go on a carousel in my life. I will not go on a carousel.
Sean, whenever you watch Kroll again, I want to watch it with you on Skype like we did when we watched The Ghost and Mrs. Muir.
Okay, we have to figure out how to because I've been trying to figure out how to do that to play a DVD because I've tried it, but there's no sound going through. So I'm still
Well,
working
I
on
mean,
that.
but you and I just all we did is we just
I
remember.
know, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just do it that way if we have to because I need the commentary. I want the commentary of us watching that together because that is going to be a good time.
Yeah, Gareth says he watched the series of Logan's Run. Yeah, I remember enjoying it, but I don't know if it was any good anymore. Oh yeah, she is in one. Yeah, Farrah Fawcett is in there. Yeah. But I like oh what's the robot in the ice caves? That was I forget the actor's name. A really good black actor was the robot. But what's his name that played yeah, Peter Ustinov was fabulous in that, and he's quoting T.S. Eliot's cat poems, some of Steve's favorite poetry. Yeah, it's yeah, the book is great, but I don't. Have you read the sequels? I think there's two sequels to it. I've never read the sequels to it. I am always trying to get the other book. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever read them. Yes, I saw that Logan's Run with Heather Menzies. Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't remember who played Jessica, but there's only one Jessica is Jenny Agutter. I actually had an annual of, yeah, I remember seeing those. Yeah, that's yeah, the guy from uh, the Thing, Donald Moffat. Roscoe Lee Brown. Yes, that's it. Yeah, really good actor. That's nostalgic books, songs, and the annual. Yeah, yeah. No, Logan's Run is fabulous.
Mhm.
Um, again, it's of its time. It's very 70s. It's very psychedelic. It's like it's some of the people that were doing it, like doing the effects and stuff like that. They were on mushrooms or something. They were definitely on mushrooms or something. The clangers, yeah. What about the never mind, because I can't think of the name of it. I was going to mention an annual, but I can't think of it.
Well, Sean, I'm going to have to get off of
Yeah,
here. We've been on here for a long time. Not that I'm not
yeah,
having been having fun, but I'm hungry and I'm getting worn out.
yeah. I've gotta get somebody scrounge something up as well, because I got to take me drugs. I'm
Yeah.
past my drug time taking, and I think I'm even losing my voice a little bit. No, it was good. Like it's always fun to talk about. What
Movies on a booktube channel.
Yeah, and well, why not? Why not? Because
Yeah.
me, movies. Because if it is somebody I like, I want to look and read something about them. So it leads me to books, and
Yeah.
hearing everybody else's terrible opinions of actors and actors is always fun. Um, yeah, it was Gareth. Great. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. Well, it was a nice chat. Thanks for the company, guys. Take care.
Yeah.
And are we back next week or?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even have another weekend scheduled. So, and I'm not going to take any extra hours in November. So I'm good for all of November.
Okay, so this isn't the time portal. This one, because it still says the date on the thumbnail and everything too. Sunday reads.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I just changed the time. That's all.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.